Hello, Profit Hackers. I'm Jeremy Lott, the Chief Visionary for Foundation Accounting and Consulting. I owned a construction company for about 15 years before making a change to accounting because my accountants sucked. My goals are to simplify accounting for construction company owners, fuel your profits, level up your cash flow, and help you grow in a financially responsible way. So let's go. Hello, Profit Hackers, and welcome back to the Contractors Profit Hack Show. I'm Jeremy Lott with Foundation Accounting and Consulting, and I am the host of the show. And today, we're going to talk about another controversial topic. Okay? Are you ready? The question here is, should contractors openly post their pricing online? Should that be something that all contractors do? As with the previous question, I want to hear your comments, and I'd love to hear it before I actually start talking about it so that you have an unblemished opinion, right, that you're sharing. And so go ahead and push pause and go down to the comments down below and enter in your opinion on this. Should you post your pricing online? Did you get it? Are you good? All right. Awesome. Let's jump into this topic. There's a lot of meat on this bone, right? There's a lot of different things to consider. One of the things to consider is that every job is different, right? Now, I've preached against per unit pricing for a long time now. Don't bid per square foot. Don't bid per linear foot. Don't bid per yard or per device or per fixture. Don't bid that way. Don't bid per yard for roofing. These kind of things really end up hosing you in the end. I can't think of another way to say that, but you really end up screwed in the end by doing that, right? In my book, the new one just released, you can get on Amazon. It's called You Suck at Profit, and It's Not Your Fault. In that book, there is an example about two tile situations, two tile jobs, right? The first one is really simple. The second one is more complex and has a lot more moving parts and a lot more waste and so on and so forth, right? If you want the details of it, buy the book, check it out, right? But the point I want to make here is that you don't know what your potential profit is on a job. You don't know what your costs are to do the work. You don't know if you're missing things in your pricing when you do per unit, right? And so the first answer is no, you shouldn't post your pricing online because that usually comes about because of per unit pricing, right? You've got to know the specific job. You got to know the details. The second reason to not post your prices online is because of price shoppers, right? If everybody posted their pricing online, then the potential clients wouldn't reach out to you. They just go through the internet and they would pull up the pricing of each different person and compare the prices, and they'd pick the lowest one, right? Or maybe they are a little more advanced and they'd pick the middle one. You don't really know what their philosophy is there, right? But we focus a lot on value provided, right? We want to charge more but we want to charge more because we're providing more value than anybody else. If you're not communicating the value that you're providing to the customer, then that customer has no reason to go with your higher price. And that's more difficult. You can do it, but it's more difficult to do online, right? Because if somebody is pulling up your website looking for pricing, they're probably not going to read all the value that you provide. They're probably going to skip that part, right? And that's why being able to give a bid to somebody is so much more valuable, because then you have the opportunity to present them with your estimate and to go through it and point out the additional value that you're creating for them, so that when they're making a decision, it isn't all based on the price. It's based on the value that you're offering. And like I often say, Economics 101, a trade doesn't happen unless both parties agree on the value of the trade. If you want to get the person to agree with the value of the trade and you want to charge more, you have to add more value, but you also have to communicate that value to that person. So hopefully you've been able to answer down below. I am curious to hear if you agree or disagree with my stance on online pricing and posting online pricing. There are scenarios where it is beneficial, like if you're Walmart or Target and you're selling products, right? Or if you're an author selling a book, like You Suck at Profit and It's Not Your Fault on Amazon, right? You got to list the price there so you can throw it in your cart and go purchase it. My job is to communicate the value of that here in this podcast and on the cover and on the back page and on the table of contents, right? All of these different ways or things are ways that I can communicate the value of purchasing the book to you. That's all I've got to say on that controversial topic. Again, love to hear if you agree or disagree, and maybe if you have some other thoughts. Add them in the comments down below, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for listening. If you found this episode helpful, please like and subscribe for weekly episodes to help you fuel your profit, level up your cash flow, and finance your growth. Until next time, go enjoy some green M&Ms and protect that cash.